It is a monster of a game, El Clasico, this weekend. Alexis joins myself and Nubaid right now. And this El Clasico is far more exciting than the last few that we've had, Alexis, with Barcelona in an incredible place right now, Real Madrid in a solid place as well. I want to start off with Benzema, 413 goals. He's now scored more goals than any French player ever, going past Thierry Henry. Benzema right now, he probably doesn't really get the same plaudits as others, but with that hat-trick recently against PSG, would you consider him the best striker in the world right now?
Do you know what? This is such a tough question because I am a mad, like president of the Robert Lewandowski fan club, and hard to pull this man off. But I think Benzema right now should be in that conversation with Lewandowski right up there, because I don't know what more this man has to do. He has been an absolute rock for Real Madrid right now. And honestly, when he's not even scoring, he's assisting the goals. People question so many times his chemistry with Vinny Jr. And now they're, such a lethal duo in La Liga. And of course, now in the Champions League too, you see like he's got more goals in his Champions League games than he has matches. And I think that he's hit another level. And at his age, you start to think that he will taper off, but he's someone that I think has a wealth of experience. He was someone that went through so much in taking a backseat when Cristiano Ronaldo was at Real Madrid. And now he's realized, look, this is my time to shine. And he's absolutely doing that. So I think if we don't want to call him the best striker in the world right now, with all respect to my boy Lewandowski, I think he absolutely has to be in that conversation.
Does Benzema score more goals than Lewandowski if he's in that Bayern Munich side?
Yeah, 110%. That's exactly what I was going to say. As much as I also absolutely love Lewandowski, by the way, but Lewandowski's become this geezer that everyone says, I love him, but, and I'm on that same wavelength. I'd back Benzema in that Bayern team. I think also Benzema's overall play, in my opinion, is better than Lewandowski's. And when Ronaldo left, it felt like that was the end of that tide. But since Ronaldo's gone, Benzema's got 87 league goals in 132 league games. The closest to him at Madrid is Vinny, who's got 21. So he's literally carried the weight on his shoulders. So I'd say that's 2 in favour of Benzema, and I imagine, James, that's probably 3 in favour of Benzema.
Yeah, I've got to go with Benzema as well. I think he's the best striker in the world right now. I think it's as simple as that, especially with this Real Madrid side, which is good, is great, is experienced, is professional. But I think what we were talking about with the Champions League, I think when it comes to the top teams, it is on Benzema's shoulders so much more than Lewandowski at Bayern Munich. For maybe Salah a little bit isn't the best example, but it is massively on his shoulders for Real Madrid, and he's fine with it, and he continues to score goals. So he's going to be crucial in this game. Alexis, let's move on to Barcelona then, because I think we all agree that Benzema is going to be crucial when it comes to Real Madrid's side of it. Barcelona are a different entity since Xavi's come in. He's been absolutely amazing. Since Xavi Hernandez's arrival, Barcelona have taken 34 points from 15 games. The only team to do better than that is Real Madrid. What's impressed you so much about Barcelona and the change? Is there one thing? Is it all down to Xavi, or are there certain players that have really impressed you?
There are certain players that obviously have impressed us, but I remember going back to the last El Clasico that we covered, that we were here in Spain for at the Camp Nou, and we were hoping that just the fact that it was a Clasico, even with all the issues with Ronald Koeman, that they would have brought their best game, and Real Madrid absolutely bossed them in that one. And again, that was the end of Ronald Koeman there. Xavi comes in, and I've spoken to Xavi a couple of times this season, and I always ask him, like, what does he want his teams to be known for? And I told him, I think the difference I see with this team is that these boys don't know how to back down. They just want to fight to the end. The mentality seems different, which is so surprising considering so many of them are so young. And Xavi said to me, do you know what? If it's one thing at the end of the season that people can remember my team for, I hope it is the fight, because that's something that he's taught them to do. And the change in the mentality of this Barcelona team, just never say die. I think the best match I've seen this season of football, I would say, was the Carabao Cup final live that I've covered. The second best one was over in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, the Super Cup semi-final Clasico, because Barcelona took it to extra time there. And it was unbelievable to see these young boys just playing with zero fear. And the likes of, Karim Benzema and Vinny Jr., who is still quite young. But again, you look at the likes of Pedri and Gavi, who are even younger. And I think something has changed in them. And that's something that Xavi has brought. And I think that fight is something that we should see in this Clasico.
Is there an argument here to say Xavi getting rid of Messi or Barca getting rid of Messi?
Well, careful.
Yeah, it wasn't Xavi. Xavi, before he starts texting into the show saying, don't do that. Don't say that about me. You think that was a good move for Barca in the long term, considering what Xavi sort of implemented now? And it feels like they have a direction and it's not give it to Messi and Messi run the show.
Do you know what? I think yes and no. I feel like every football person, maybe just a handful, would rather say they'd rather have their team without a Lionel Messi. But I think everyone can put their hand up and say they'd rather know that they could call on a Lionel Messi than not. However, I think this has been a small blessing in disguise for Barcelona because, as you said, for so long, you know, for over a decade now, you just build a team around this one individual, and that has been their identity. Messi has been their identity. I think now Barcelona finally are finding out who they are without Lionel Messi, and I think that that's the best thing that they would have done since probably bringing Messi from La Masia.
Let's talk about the game then. Nabeed, how do you see this one playing out? You've got a Barcelona team that obviously has played on Thursday night. Could that have a factor in this game, or has the confidence of Barcelona, is it going to be too much? What do you think?
Well, there's a lot of fence sitting going on here. I'm not fence sitting in this one. I think as much as I fancy Barca and how they play and what they've done with players like Pedri and Xavi and Ferran Torres, I love watching them guys play their stuff. And I think in the long run, Barca have the better plan. But right now, Real Madrid is still Real Madrid. Real Madrid have the knack. They've got the players. They're top of the league. Barca have to win this to sort of halt a potential Real Madrid title charge. But I don't think it's going to change anything really in the grand scheme of things. So I can't see past Real Madrid. I personally think it'll be 3-1 to Real Madrid. But I do think Barca will give in a real fight, which is basically, I think, as Barca fans all over social media saying that's all they want to see. They just want to see a fight. Alexis, you can't sit on the fence here. Can you please go all in on either Madrid or Barca?
No, I am absolutely not going to choose a draw and sit on the fence for. Like, come on, I didn't come to Clasico for a draw. I'm actually 100% in agreement with you. I'm going to go with Real Madrid. I'm going to go with a 3-2 win for Real Madrid. I'm expecting a massive fight from Barcelona. And you're right, that's exactly what we've wanted, because the last one didn't even really feel like much. You know, apart from probably the first 10, 15 minutes, and then it was all Real Madrid. I was actually going to go for maybe a Barcelona fight back to win, but then I saw Real Madrid against PSG and Karim Benzema, and just the belief, the confidence, and the form that this man is in is going to come. It is going to take probably a demigod to stop this man in front of his own crowd at the Santiago Bernabeu. So I'm going to go Real Madrid 3-2.
Fortunately, there is a demigod, and his name is Xavi Hernandez. I think. Now, look, I'll give you two stats. Real Madrid have won their last 5 games against Barcelona in all competitions, and no side in Europe's 5 big leagues have lost less games than Real Madrid since the start of last season. But this weekend is the weekend. Barcelona, I think Barcelona are going to shock people. I think they'll shock you two, and I think they're going to win the game. I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be that many goals actually in this one, but I think it'll be a 2-1 victory for Barcelona. I just think they're in a really, really good space right now. Hi guys, James Alcott here from ESPN's Football Forecast. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and you want to check out more, make sure you subscribe to ESPN UK.